Today we will start the new chapter, that is breeds of the animal. Like in plants, there are different varieties of a particular crop. In the animals, there are different breeds. So, in India, there are important animals which can be domesticated, like cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, swine, etc. Cattle means generally cow. Second one is the buffalo. Third one is the sheep. And fourth one is the goat. In your course, there are 4 important species of the animals. So we take one by one. First one is the breeds of the cattle. So the breeds of the cattle can be divided into 3 groups. First one is the milch breed, means which are reared for milk production. Second one is the draught breed. And third one is the dual purpose, means the males are used for drafting purpose as well as the females are reared for milk production. So note down certain characteristic features of these 3 distinct types of the cattle's breed. This first one, that is milch breed. The cows are high milk yielder, means the female are heavy milk yielder. And in the same breed, that is milch breed, whereas the bullocks, means the male, the bullocks are of poor quality. And third one, the body size is medium one. The body size is medium. Then for draft purpose, the cows are poor milk producer, whereas the bullocks are of excellent draught breed. And third one is the body size is heavy to medium. Heavy to medium body size. And in dual purpose, that is third one, the cows are medium milk yielder, and the bullocks are good draught animals. And third one, the body size is average to large. Some of the important examples of each category. Note down the examples of the milch cattle. Say for example, Sindhi, Sahiwal, Gir, GIR, and Devni, DEONI. These are the 4 important breeds of the cattle which are reared for milk production and indigenous to India. India, or sometimes you can say undivided India, means before 1947, the Pakistan is also the part of the India. So some of the breeds, say for example Sindhi, has its origin in the Sindh, or you can say in Pakistan. But this Gir is indigenous to the Gujarat, or you can say Kathiawad, whereas this Sahiwal is also originated from the Montgomery in Pakistan, but the breeds is also reared in western UP, say for example western UP, or you can say particularly the western part of the country. Say for example in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, etc. So in these states this is very famous breed of cattle. And this Devani is originated from Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. And as far as the milk production is concerned, this Sahiwal is the highest milk producer, and the average yield of per lactation means from after calving, whatever is the period of giving the milk, this is known as the lactation period. Say for example, if a cow starts milking in the December 2014, then up to either 6 months or 8 months or 10 months, up to what period it gives the regularly milk after calving. So the milk yield is about 2200 kg to 2500 kg per lactation. In Hindi this is known as ek byant mein this is the yield of milk. And the second one is Gir, and it produces about 2000 to 2200 kg per lactation. And second category is the drought purpose. Note down the some of the important breeds of drought cattle. Say for example Amrit Mahal, Mewati, Hisar, Ganga Tiri, Can Katha, Cankatha, Hellikar, Hellikar, Kharigad, etc. Then third group is the dual purpose. Note down the some of the important breeds of the dual purpose. Haryana, Nimari, Nimari, Krishna Valley, Ongole, Tharparkar, Concrage, etc. So these three types of the breeds are indigenous one, means originated in India, and some of the exotic breeds are also there in India. Exotic means having its origin outside the India. So some of the important breeds of the cattle which comes under the exotic breed, first one is the Holstein Friesian. It is the highest milker breed as far as the cattle is concerned, although it has its origin in Holland, and the milk yield per lactation is about 5500 kg to 6000 kg per lactation. 5500 to another one is brown Swiss, next one is the Jersey, and another one is the Ayrshire. So these are the important exotic breed of the cattle. This Holstein Friesian is originated from Holland, this brown Swiss from Switzerland, Jersey has the origin place of island of Jersey in English Channel, means in UK, and Ayrshire is originated from Scotland. And then comes to the breeds of the buffalo. The important breeds of the buffalo are, first one is the Murrah. Double R. Murrah, it has its origin place in Rohtak, Haryana. It is the highest milk yielder among the buffaloes, and the milk yield per lactation is about 1800 to 2000 kg, 1800 to 2000 kg per lactation, and the fat percent in the milk of Murrah breed is about 7%, 7.0. Then another one like Badavari, originated from Agra. Then Jafrabadi, originated from Kathiawar, Gujarat. Then Neeli Ravi, originated from Firozpur, Punjab. Then Surti from Anand, Gujarat. Then Nagpuri in the Nagpur, Maharashtra. And Mehsana originated from Mehsana district of Gujarat. And among these breeds, this Murrah produces the highest milk per lactation, although fat percent is about 7%. But this Badavari, although the milk production is not highest, but fat percent is highest in the milk of Badavari, and fat percent is about 13%. And milk yield is poor, about 1100 kg per lactation only. Then comes to the breeds of the sheep. The sheep breed can be grouped into either indigenous as well as the exotic one. And among the indigenous breed, they can be differentiated on the basis of the regions in which they are reared. So the important regions are, first one is the temperate or Himalayan region, then dry western region, then third one is the southern region. So note down some of the important breeds of, firstly, the Himalayan region, or you can say the temperate region. Gurez, G-U-R-E-Z. Bhadarwah, B-A-D-A-R-W-A-H. And Bakarwal. Next one, B-A-K-A-R-W-A-L. This sheep is reared either for fleece, or you can say wool purpose, or for meat purpose. Clear? And second region is the dry western region. Note down some of the important breeds like Mewari, M-E-W-A-R-I, Lohi, L-O-H-I, Muzaffarnagari, Malpura, M-A-L-P-U-R-A, काठियावाड़ी, जालोनी, etc. Then breeds of southern region like Hasan, Hasan, Deccan, Nellore, Bellari, Bellari, Mandya, Mandya, etc. Then among the exotic breeds of the sheep like Merino, Merino is originated from Spain. Then Rambouillet, Ramboullet, it is originated from France. Then Southdown is originated from England. Then Corriedale, Corriedale, originated from New Zealand. Then Lincoln, Lincon, and Leicester, next one, Leccister. These Lincoln and Leicester are originated from England. Then breeds of the goat. The goats breeds like sheep breed, they can be grouped based on the different regions in which they can be reared, and on the basis of the origin place they may be either indigenous breed or exotic breed. So among the indigenous, note down among the indigenous breeds of the goat, first one is the breeds of Himalayan region like Kashmiri, Gaddi, Gaddi, Changthang, Changthang, and Chegu, Chegu. So these are the important breeds which are reared in the higher hilly areas, or you can say in the Himalayan region, either in J&K or some parts of the Himachal, etc. And the important characteristics of the Kashmiri breed is the production of Pashmina. Because generally the wool is produced from the sheep, but the high quality soles are made with the Pashmina. So this is the product of goat, not for the sheep. And about 60 gram only, 60, Pashmina is produced from one single goat. And the hilly breeds can also be reared for meat purpose because the milk production is very low. Which breeds are reared over the high hilly area, the milk yield is very less. And second region is the dry northern region. Note down the important breeds like Jamunapari, Barbary, and Beetal, Beetal. And this Jamunapari comes under the dual purpose because it gave about 2.5 to 3 kg milk per day. Besides, it also reared for meat purpose. And then third region is the central region. The important breeds are like Marwari, Sirohi, Jalwadi, and this Marwari breed is the triple purpose breed. Triple means either produces the milk, although milk yield is about 0.9 kg per day, means less than 1 kg. And besides milk, it can also reared for meat purpose as well as for hair purpose. So triple purpose means milk, meat and hair. Dual purpose means milk and meat in case of the goat. But dual purpose in case of the cattle is milk production as well as the draught purpose. Draught purpose means because some of the farmers having the bullocks for cultivation purposes, or some of the implements can also be performed with the help of the bullocks, or either country plow or the tillage operations can be done with the help of the bullocks. So bullocks which are used in the agricultural operations, they require the draught purpose breed which are using a major part of the country, although in the northern part the bullocks are not much preferred in agricultural operation, but where the holdings are very small, the bullocks can also be used effectively in the agricultural purposes. Then another region is the southern region, Osmanabadi, the important breeds like Osmanabadi, Malabari and Surti. Then eastern region, Bengal, and this Bengal goat has the excellent quality meat. Then Assam Hill. This Assam Hill breed produces kids twice in a year. And Ganjam, next one breed is the Ganjam. Then in the category of exotic breeds of the goat, Alpine. Alpine is originated from France. Then Nubian, Nubian. This is originated from Sudan. Then Saanen. Another breed is the Saanen, originated from Switzerland. And this Saanen is known as the poor man's cow, means the milk yield is about 2 to 3 kg per day. Then another breed is the Toggenburg, Toggenberg, the Toggenburg Valley of Southern Africa. And another breed is the Angora, and Angora is originated from China. And it is reared mainly for meat and Angora fur. The fur is named with the Angora breed known as Angora fur. So it is reared for Angora fur as well as the meat purpose. Then the another important aspect is the management of the livestock. Livestock means the animals which are reared by human being. So, to keep the animals healthy and fit, the following important points should be taken into the consideration. First one is the ambient temperature. And for optimum production, the ideal temperature is in between 15 to 18 degree. The optimum temperature, or you can say the mean temperature of the day and night, is about 15 to 18 degrees centigrade for optimum production from the cattle. And the high temperature cause discomfort, decrease in the appetite or food intake, and inefficiency in the animal production. Then radiation. Another point is the to maintain the body temperature, the heat is necessary, and which is mainly derived from the solar radiation. As you know, the various vitamins can also be required for normal functioning of the animals. So this vitamin D can be synthesized with the body itself in the presence of the sunlight. So the proper irradiation is necessary for normal functioning of the or normal production of the animals. Then third one is the humidity. The high temperature with the humidity cause the depression in the physiological processes of the animal or physiological activities and the metabolic functions, or you can say the metabolism of the animal affected adversely, as well as the productivity and reproductivity of the animal. Then next one is the feeding. For the better production, the animal should be fed with the green as well as dry fodder. Besides, some concentrate is also required for normal functioning. And the bulky, palatable, and laxative ration with sufficient green forage is required, and for better digestibility, a good green forage of legumes like lucerne, berseem, cowpea must be given with dry fodder such as wheat straw to avoid the risk of the bloat, BLOAT. Means the only green fodder or only dry fodder is not comfort for the animals, or a blending of the appropriate proportion of the dry as well as the palatable, or you can say the forage which have the high biological value is required, along with the some amount of the concentrate. Concentrate means ration, which is used for its own body functioning, or you can say some of the protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamins, etc. is also required, which gives in the form of the concentrate, or you can say in the ration, and it may vary depending upon the body weight, and generally 2 kg per day ration is necessary if a animal has about 300 to 400 kg body weight. And if the animal is doing some of the another works either for draught purpose or for milk production, then the ration can be increased about 0.5 kg per 3 kg milk in case of the buffalo, and per 2.5 kg in case of the your cow. So the blending of the dry as well as the green fodder is must, besides some of the concentrate. And next one is the watering. The dairy cow must consume the large quantity of water for milk production. So provision of the adequate, clean, fresh and pure water throughout the day is must, particularly in the summer months. The buffalo needs even more water for drinking and swimming, particularly when the temperature is high. Particularly when temperature is high. Then some of the important diseases of the animals with their remedial measures. So control measures of the diseases. First one is the isolation of the animal, means the diseased animal should be isolated from the healthy one. Then second one, proper disposal of the litter material. Third one, change in the posture. Then proper nutrition, and last one is the vaccination. So dry table. In first column there is the name of the disease, then vaccine, then vaccination timing, or you can say schedule, or vaccine timing, and last one is the immunity. So note down the some of the important diseases. First one is the foot and mouth disease. Foot and mouth disease. In short, it is also named FMD. Then rinderpest, then tuberculosis, then brucellosis, then black quarter, then hemorrhagic septicemia, and last one is the anthrax. So these are the important diseases of the animals, like foot and mouth disease, rinderpest, tuberculosis, black quarter, hemorrhagic septicemia, and anthrax. So note down quickly the vaccine for different diseases one by one. First one is the polyvalent tissue culture. Polyvalent tissue culture vaccine. In second one, caprinized for Zebu, ZEBU, and lapinized, LAPINIZED, for crossbred. Zebu means indigenous bred, or crossbred means exotic one. Or some of the breeds can also be developed with the crossing between indigenous and the outer parent, or you can say exotic parent. So named crossbred. Then for TB, BCG. Then for brucellosis, cotton strain 19. Cotton strain 19. Then black quarter polyvalent, BQ polyvalent. And next one, HSOL adjuvant, hemorrhagic septicemia OL adjuvant. And for last one, anthrax spore vaccine. Vaccination time, for FMD, a booster dose after 4 months and at 6 month stage. 6 month stage means when the calf is of 6 month age, from 0 to 6 month only. Then for second one, 6 month age. Next, same, brucellosis same, in black quarter in the month of May and June every year. And then HS and anthrax same, that is every year in the month of May and June, or you can say before the monsoon, or when RH goes high in the country. Then immunity in first case 1 season. 1 season means 1 year. Say for example, if the vaccination is done in the month of July in 2014, then again in 2015 the vaccination should be done. Then in second one, repeat after 3 years. Means if first vaccination is done in the year 2010, then in 2013 the another vaccination should be done, or you can say the window period or the vaccine is effective up to 3 years. Clear? Then next for 2 years, brucellosis 3 to 4 calving, and black quarter and HS and anthrax for one season. This is all about the vaccination schedule.